Mango Math presents Triangle Techie, a pre-algebra game. Triangle Techie is a pre-algebra game that has students will draw, but they'll actually make shapes given conditions, focusing on structuring triangles that from the measurement of the angles and the sides. So basically just understanding the different types of triangles. Triangle Techie has some math terms to help increase understanding, and those math terms are equilateral triangle, and that's a triangle that has 3 equal sides. Isosceles triangle, a triangle with 2 equal sides. Scalene triangle, the triangles with 3 different sides and angles. Acute triangle is a triangle with all angles less than 90 degrees. Obtuse triangle, a triangle with 1 obtuse angle. And right triangle is a triangle with a right angle. The supplies that are provided in the pouch, along with your information sheet and directions, will be 3 Triangle Techie game boards, a colored spinner, some bicolored counters, angle legs, and a protractor. To do this game, the students will select one of the 3 cards, and you'll notice that there's different triangles on there with different triangles that you want to create. So you have a scalene right, an isosceles obtuse, a scalene acute, and an equilateral. So the students will try to start making those. And what they'll do is they'll spin a spinner, which will give them a color, and they have to select that color from the angle legs. So this person's already selected a red and a blue, and they are trying to make one of the triangles that's there. And now they selected an orange one, so they'll take the orange one and see what type of triangle they can create with that. And they've created this one, which has all different sides, so it's a scalene. None of the sides are the same. Now they have to see if it fits a scalene right or a scalene acute. So if none of the angles on here are obtuse, then it fits in a scalene acute triangle. So they can get their compass out and read it and see that it does in fact go larger, that angle that is the orange to the blue is larger than 90 degrees. So it is not a scalene right, and it's not a scalene obtuse. So right now they have nothing that doesn't categorize anything. So they can, on their next spin, they can choose to put back one of the angle legs that they selected, and then spin again and get another one. So on their turn, they have an option. They can spin, or they can put back one of the sides that they've gotten. So in this case, they can spin again and see if they can get something better. So let's say they spun again and they got different angle legs. And so this time they put it together, and you can see that it's scalene because each side is a different length and a different color. And it does make a right angle. So it is a scalene right, and they'd put their counter on that triangle to show that they've gotten that one. So they're trying to get all 4 of these triangles. It does take a lot of thought in doing this because you can't make all the triangles from these legs. You really do have to get specific triangles. To get an isosceles obtuse, you're obviously going to have 2 of the same angle legs, and then figure out which third leg that you're going to get is going to create that shape. So it does take a lot of thought and a lot of work on it. The angle legs themselves also have measurements on them. So if you want the students to understand exactly what measurements work, have them start writing down what the measurements are on a piece of paper, so they get the idea of which ones make what lengths make these type of obtuse right and acute triangles. So enjoy this activity. It's a lot of fun to do, and you'll learn a lot from it. Some guided questions to help increase understanding is: what combination of angle legs form a right triangle? Is there more than one? Can you make a number of different triangles that are right? Can you have a triangle with 2 obtuse angles? Is it possible? And can you have an equilateral right triangle? So those are some questions to deepen the understanding of the triangles that they're making. So play around with it, have a good time with it, expand it by writing down the lengths of each leg and putting them on a sheet of paper and graph it somehow so they have an understanding of what lengths do make the correct obtuse scaling or obtuse, acute, and right triangles. Enjoy.